Oh, well, hello there, and welcome, fans, to another episode of 162 Times, your daily baseball recap and preview show. I'm your host, Daniel Turner. This is episode 103, I think. We're just cruising right along. And the show is no longer called 162 Times. It's called The Mariners Lose to the Angels. Because guess what? Last night, for the fifth time in a row, the Mariners lost to the Angels. Was it painful? Yes. Yes. Was it hard to watch? Yeah, absolutely. Was it a little soul-crushing? Oh, totally. Did All-Star Logan Gilbert produce a great effort and the Mariners only managed to score one run like I'd predicted yesterday? Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Almost to a T. I mean, Gilbert wasn't amazing. He had basically one bad inning, but otherwise was literally cruising. Did broadcaster Dave Sims and Mike Blowers extol the offense to produce something after an excellent top of the first from Gilbert? Oh, absolutely. Did it work? No, not at all. Were they themselves scratching their heads and wondering how they could continue to go on with their lives after the fifth inning? Yeah, they were. And I did too. So let's recap it in the way that we do, because we do enjoy doing that despite everything. It was a 5-1 final for the Angels, who moved to 44 and 57, fourth place in the American League West. The Seattle Mariners, losers in this one, moved to 53 and 50, second in the American League West. The win went to Jose Soriano, 6 and 7, 3.51 ERA. Second time he's beaten the Mariners in the last 10 days or so. Great. As Mike Blowers said, the kid has a live arm. He did look good. He was really good. He was outrageously efficient, and we'll talk about that when we talk about his pitch count. Logan Gilbert took the loss. He's 6 and 6, a criminal record for a guy as good as he is. 2.72 ERA for him. Angels managed 4 hits for 5 runs. Mariners managed a total of 3 hits and also committed 2 errors for 1 run. So when you basically commit more errors than hits, you're not winning ball games. Let's be real here. Interesting thing, those 3 hits came from the guys they called up: Tyler Locklear, Jason Vosler, and Cade Marlowe. So I guess that's good. Gilbert went 6 2/3, 4 hits, 5 runs. Only one of them was earned. 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. Austin Voth, 1 1/3, no hits or runs, 2 Ks. Gabe Spire, 1 inning, 1 walk. That was it. Mariners struck out 10 Angels. On the Angels side of things, Soriano went 7 2/3, which is almost unheard of in today's game. He ended up throwing 100 pitches, but his pitch count was at like 75 pitches after 7 innings. He gave up 3 hits, just the 1 run. It was earned. 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. Ben Joyce came in, did a third of an inning, walked a guy, got an out. And then Contreras came in and finished off the game, walking 1 and striking out 1. Angels only struck out 6 Mariners. The errors for the Mariners came from Josh Rojas on a throwing error and Logan Gilbert on a throwing error. Gilbert did manage to pick off Luis Rengifo, and they turned a double play. Rengifo was also caught stealing on a throw by Cal Raleigh, which was nice. But the Mariners were 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. They left 7 on base. Didn't strike out as much as usual, but it was pretty bad. So here's how the game went in terms of scoring. Top 5, Mickey Moniak walked, and that was with the bases loaded, so that scored a run. Then Zach Neto had a sac bunt. Nolan Shanuel scored. Brandon Drury scored, and Mickey Moniak went to third. Zach Neto went to second. There was a throwing error by Gilbert. Like a bunt, Gilbert tried to spin and throw home. He overthrew Cal, or it kind of squeaked through Cal. Comedy of errors. 2 Angels scored 3-0 at that point. Then, in the same inning, after Gilbert had settled down, because all that happened with 2 outs, he struck out the next guy. Then Rojas made a great play to get 2 outs. So you're like, all right, we're out of it. It's only going to be 3-0. All good, all good. Stupid Luis Rengifo, Mariners killer, who I said was a Mariners killer, and he'd been on the 10-day IL, and he came back for this game just to F us. And he hit a little blooper in the center field. Dave Sims is like, that'll work. Scores 2, 5-0. Sims compared Rengifo to Mike Trout, Albert Pujols, all the other great hitters that the Angels have had over the years. And it's totally true. When he plays the Mariners, he's unbelievable. He has way more career home runs against the Mariners and RBI against the Mariners than like any other team. He just gets up for the games against the M's. Don't know what it is. Really frustrating, though. 5-0. Bottom of 5, Mariners got a run back when with men on with the bases loaded and nobody out, Cade Marlowe grounded into a double play to score the guy on third, which was Jason Vosler. But it was a depressing way to score a run because you had the bases loaded with nobody out, and you score a run on a double play, and then whoever was up next got out, and that was basically the only time the Mariners threatened for the rest of the game. I turned it off for the ninth. I was like, this is over. We're not winning. I don't normally get this low. Viewers of this show or listeners of this show will know that for 103 games, I have been overwhelmingly positive despite the totally underwhelming Mariners offense and the increasingly infuriatingly good Mariners pitching. Like, a team should not have this outstanding of a starting pitching staff and be this bad. But anyway, they look to avoid the sweep today. The game is almost over. It's on the television behind me, but we're just going to preview it because that's what we do on the show. And we'll do that by talking about the starting pitchers and the lineups. So, we've got... I don't even remember. I've been so not looking forward to doing this because of how bad they've been playing. But Luis Castillo, our man Castillo, he'll start the game. He's got a 8-10 record, 3.38 ERA, 22 starts, 130 innings pitched, 126 strikeouts, a 1.16 WHIP. Let me just pause there for a second. Gilbert, by the way, has like a .087 WHIP, which is the best WHIP in the majors. He's also got like the most innings pitched in the majors. He's basically the best pitcher in the majors. Maybe a bit of an exaggeration. And he's 6-6 because he pitches for the Mariners. Castillo's also amazing, and he's 8-10. He'll be going up against Griffin Canning, a right-hander who's 3-10 this year with a 5.04 ERA and 21 starts, 110 innings pitched, only 79 strikeouts, and a 1.42 WHIP. So he'll probably throw a no-hitter against the Mariners, right? Jeez Louise. All right. In terms of lineups for the Angels, it'll be Nolan Schanuel leading off, playing first, Luis Rengifo batting second, playing third, Taylor Ward left field batting third, Willie Calhoun will DH and clean up. Brandon Drury plays second base, bats fifth. Mickey Moniak in center field, batting sixth. Zach Neto will play shortstop and bat seventh. Tice, the catcher, Matt Tice, that's right, Matt Tice catching in place of Logan O'Hoppe. He'll bat eighth, and Joe Adell will round out the order, batting ninth and playing right field. For your Seattle Mariners, it'll be Rojas leading off, playing third. Victor Robles, center field, batting second. Cal Raleigh catching, batting third. Jorge Polanco cleaning up and playing second. Mitch Haniger in right field, batting fifth. Jason Vosler DHing, batting sixth. Tyler Locklear first base, batting seventh. Luke Raley in left, batting eighth. And Dylan Moore, the shortstop, will bat ninth. That means new guy, Cade Marlowe, is on the bench tonight to start. Let's just quickly check Mariners roster moves, see if they made any more moves since yesterday when they made so many, and we had fun reading the names of all those pitchers. So they replaced Julio on the 10-day IL? No, that was from yesterday. That's it. No new updates. So that's something. Now, in all of this, the hilarious thing is the Houston Astros have now lost 2 in a row to the Athletics. They got beat 8-2 last night by the A's. So they gained no ground on the Mariners. So the Mariners still remain basically tied with the Astros, I think, at the top of the division on winning percentage, which is crazy. The Astros are 52-49. The Mariners are 53-50. Wild. Unfortunately, the Rangers did win, so they made up a game. They beat the White Sox 3-2. The Phillies did a favor by beating the Twins. That helps in the wild card. The Rays beat the Blue Jays again. Not good. Rays creeping closer to the Mariners. They're 51-50 now. Mets beat the Yankees. Interleague matchup. That's okay. No real impact. Guardians beat the Tigers, dropping the Guardians to 2 games under 500. That's good for the Mariners. We don't need another team chasing them. Marlins beat the Orioles 6-3. Hilarious. The Royals lost to the Diamondbacks. Thank you, Arizona. The Red Sox beat the Rockies, though, 6-0. That's not great in the wild card situation. And elsewhere, the Reds and the Braves were rained out. The Dodgers beat the Giants in L.A. The Brewers beat the Cubs 1-0 at Wrigley. The Pirates lost 2-1 to the Cardinals. Paul Skeens, his first loss of the year in that one. Wow. And in a 2-run game. Pretty good. Cardinals only had 4 hits. Skeens is the real deal. We will see Skeens pitch against the Mariners if he doesn't get hurt later this year, which will be a real treat. And the Padres 4 and the Nationals nothing. That rounds out your scoreboard from Tuesday, July 23rd. So that'll do it for today's episode, and we hope for good things from the Mariners in their final game to avoid the sweep against the stinking Los Angeles Angels. Thanks a lot for listening.